So hi guys, okay, like you could read it, we're talking about some quotes of Bruce Lee, and yeah, well, how often they are misused and are misunderstood because they are just taken out of context. So let's start with the main one, very well known one. Adapt what's useful, reject what's useless, and add what is specifically your own. Okay, so one would think, yeah, well, this is pretty clear and easy to understand. But that's not always easy because to this quote, there are many interpretations of it. So, like for example, adapt what's useful could be when you have to grapple, then grapple, reject what's useless. No, when you don't have to grapple, then don't grapple. And add what is specifically your own. That could be anything, literally anything. Okay, so right, you come from Wing Chun and you add this to the new Jeet Kune training because this is specifically your own. You like to train Muay Thai, or then you add Muay Thai kicks to your Jeet Kune because this is specifically your own, or can take literally anything. Weird enough, there's never a saying you take a karate punch like Kizamitsuki or Oitsuki and add this to Jeet Kune, because if you come from karate, this is specifically your own, you could add that. But you never hear that. And you know why you never hear that? Because Bruce always used karate to criticize classical martial arts, openly criticize it, so people never, they just cannot go and say, take a karate punch and add it to Jeet Kune. You actually never hear this. When you think like that, it's pretty logical. You can add what you want, you can reject what you want, what you like, and add specifically your own style of fighting, or maybe martial art that you were trained before, or martial arts that you train, right? So yeah, agree or not, because there's a problem. This quote, when you take it out of context of Jeet Kune as a martial art, you can use it the way I explained. But when you use it within the context of JKD, then it means something totally different. And let's take a look at another quotes. So there's another one, a very important one, and this is: thus, contrary to other styles, being wise in Jeet Kune doesn't mean adding more, it means to minimize. In other words, to hack away the unessential. It's not daily increase, but it's daily decrease, hack away the unessential, as in martial arts, as it is in design. Okay, so that's the way Jeet Kune is designed. Yeah, the hate of cultivation always runs to simplicity. So, yeah, let's put these two quotes beside. The left quote is now within the context of JKD. So, being wise does not mean adding more, it means to minimize. Okay, and the hate of cultivation runs to simplicity. So, now you adapt what is useful within this context, reject what is useless within this context, and you add what's specifically your own within this context. Add what's useful. Yeah, it runs to simplicity. Okay, so simple things are useful. What's useless? More complicated things. Okay, so and add what's specifically your own. We're going to talk in a moment a bit. We need another quote. That's the third one I'm going to use in this video. So this quote is: there's no mystery about my style, my movements are simple, direct, and non-classical. The extraordinary part of it lies in its simplicity. There we have it again, simplicity. Every movement in Jeet Kune is being so of itself. There's nothing artificial about it. I always believe that the easy way is the right way. So adapt what is useful. My movements are simple, direct, and non-classical. So he considered this as useful. And the extraordinary part lies in its simplicity. So adapt what is useful. Always simple in the direct way. It's the most useful way, which I agree. Every movement Jeet Kune is being so of itself. This is a very philosophical sentence. There's nothing artificial about it, so it's very natural. Okay, it's not classical because here also non-classical. I always believe that the easy way is the right way. Okay, so when you take this quote again, now as you understand how JKD is built, now you can use this quote within context of JKD, okay, and not taking it out of context. Okay, so adapt what's useful, reject what's useless, and add what's specific to your own. Okay, so you adapt what's useful is always this simple and direct way in each situation. So in each situation there may be like a finger jab the most direct way. Sometimes it's a straight kick to the groin the more direct way, or if you're further away it's a side kick to the knee. It's the more direct way. All three things are relatively simple, okay, but it's not easy because the technical aspect of these techniques, it's not easy to learn because you need to use your body so you can develop speed, non-telegraphic movement, and also force. That has nothing to do with simplicity. That's just the technical aspect of the body mechanics. But application, this is all about application. Okay, so add what is specifically your own. So this part is where people get confused, because what you're adding is not different martial arts, because different martial arts are not specifically your own, because karate is not specifically your own. You didn't make karate. Muay Thai is not specifically your own. You didn't make Muay Thai. Wing Chun, I could name 100 different martial arts. So you add what's specifically your own is how your body works, for example. Maybe you're a fast person or you're tall, okay, like me. So like I said in my previous video, because I'm so tall, I can punch people in the distance where they actually have to kick. So I use this to my advantage. This is really specific my own because I'm so tall, okay? When you're a smaller person and most of your opponents would be taller guys, you have to take advantage of your sidekick, for example, okay? So this is what you add, specific to your own. Everybody is slightly different. We all have 2 hands and 2 legs, like Bruce said. And this is another quote. As long as everybody has 2 hands and 2 legs, there's no need for different styles. But we are slightly different body weight, different height. So this is where it can vary among your application. For example, a guy is attacking you with a certain technique, and I would intercepting with a straight lead because my straight lead is pretty long. And some smaller guy would react to the same attack against the same guy, for example, with a side kick to the knee, okay, or maybe groin kick. So this is where you add specifically your own. So there's no fixed pattern how you deal against certain attacks. So this attack always this. Also, it can vary how you feel at this day. Your legs are heavy, you can kick because you're sore or something, you have to use more your hands in this specific situation than you would on the other day. So, and then you add, this is specifically your own at this moment, okay? But this is not about adding martial arts. So here, simplicity, directness, and non-classical. That's very important to understand, guys. It's so easy to understand. It's probably too simple for people because, you know, when you train 30 years, a mixture of martial arts under the title of JKD, and then somebody shows you this, and oh my God, this no, I don't believe this, because you know, like nothing. I was in the same situation. I thought JKD is I could do trapping Wing Chun and I could grapple. I did train also this and that, but once I started to understand this stuff, you know, also thanks to my teacher Tommy, you know, made just more sense when you add this quote. But this is so important quote. So being wise in Jeet Kune doesn't mean adding more, man. It can't be any clearer than this. It can't be any clearer than this. You start adding stuff to JKD, it doesn't match up, because JKD is so direct, so simple, and so non-classical and efficient. And everything that you add to it, it's more complicated, because there's no simpler way than JKD is. I tell you that. And everything you add is more complicated and is less efficient, and it's classical. Because, you know, if you combine 5 classical martial arts, you have classical mass. I think with these words we can end this video. And guys, see you next time.